everybody. Hello friends, it is X-Legend47 here, and I am waiting for my buddy David to get here so we can watch the Power Rangers movie. I'm super excited. I just had a long day at school. I didn't really have any place or time to record anywhere, so I figured I'd do it now for a little bit until he gets here. So first impressions of the movie so far, from what I've seen of the trailers and what I've seen from the news and just the trailers of the movie, I have high hopes for this movie. As far as expectation goes, I don't have any expectations because I don't know what to expect. I don't want to expect anything. I want to go in this not expecting anything, and I don't expect anything. But I do have high hopes that it will be a great movie, and I can't wait. It's one of my most anticipated films of 2017. It's up to par with that of Beauty and the Beast, my anticipation for that. It's like the same intensity level for anticipation of that. I have high hopes, but I don't have any expectations. We'll find out when I get David here. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'll get his opinion on record, and we'll see. I'm super excited for this movie. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for this movie. I hope it's good. I hope the rumor about the Green Ranger, there's been a rumor going on that the Green Ranger is the bad guy in the movie, Rita Repulsa. And I hope that's not true. That's going to upset me because I love the Green Ranger. He's one of my favorites. But of course, the best one is the White Ranger. White Ranger's the best. He has the powers of the cosmos, and he is the greatest ranger, the most powerful ranger out there. I'm super nerdy, I know. But what did you expect from X-Legend47? And usually I'm wearing a hat by now, but I don't have one on today. So now I'm just waiting for my buddy David to come out. I have no idea where he is though. We'll see. About time. The man of the hour.
Really?
Bro, morphin' time, buddy. So I wanted to hear like your initial thought of the movie real quick.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't really know what to expect, man.
So you don't know what to expect either?
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much like that's what I said too.
It's pretty much whatever, that
Yeah.
goes on.
See, the thing for me is that I have high hopes for the movie.
Yeah.
So that from what the trailers and the news and everything about
Hopefully
it.
doesn't suck.
Exactly. Hopefully it doesn't suck, but we'll go figure it out right now. We're gonna
Yeah.
go get some bomb ass seats. Thank you again, man. I appreciate
No problem,
this.
man.
Follow my man out here, DX Lord.
I mean, like, I haven't been on there forever.
That's right, dude. Just
Yeah.
hit him up, man. Right. No, this theater is huge, dude.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
It's gonna be. See, like I'm not used to so many seats down there. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like that's so weird, but. Oh, I'm so excited. Just start the movie already. Okay. Start the damn movie. Got like 30 minutes to wait still. All right, friends. So we just got done. We just got done watching the Power Rangers, and the way I did it with the Beauty and the Beast, I did just a straight review where I did spoilers, all that. So the first half of this is gonna be spoiler free. So stick around for the first half, and then we'll give like notification that it's gonna be spoilers coming up. So we'll start spoiler free. I don't even know why I'm seatbelt on. I know. So Power Rangers. Wow, that was awesome, right?
I mean, yeah.
It was awesome. So
Didn't suck.
it
So-
definitely didn't suck. I did have some issues with it, and we just talked about that.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you have any issues with it, but so I'll let you start. We'll start with the first act. So the first act, how did you feel about it?
I mean, like, just thinking back to the old TV series.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of what it was like, but it's just that for the movie, they just wanted to make it longer.
Yeah.
To, I mean, like, thinking back, the old series when they started, they all, I don't remember if they knew each other, but like, they all came together.
Have you ever watched The Breakfast Club?
I've seen clips of it, but I don't know, like.
The beginning of this movie is essentially like The Breakfast Club. They're all in detention, and they don't know each other.
Okay.
That's essentially what's going on here. That's revealed in the trailers. They're like, oh, we're all in detention. We're all nothing. We all suck. We're all I don't know what the word is. We're all delinquents, I guess. So they're in high school.
Troublemakers?
Yeah,
Okay.
troublemakers, I guess. So the first act is really slow. That's what I had the problem with. It was really slow, but towards the end of the first act, it started to speed up.
It started to pick up.
It started to pick up,
like
and
what Power Ranger was.
it started to pick up to what then going from the so the first act is where I had my issues. The second to third act for me, it was flawless.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. So characters, how do you feel about the characters?
Characters, they were good. Honestly,
You didn't have any problem.
I mean, honestly, for myself, I didn't have any problems. The only thing I saw that was like Well, that's kind of a spoiler. I'm not gonna say that.
Okay,
yet.
we'll get to
We'll
we'll get to
to that later. But like for acting wise,
Mhm.
it was pretty good.
That's what I mean.
Acting wise, it was pretty good.
Acting wise, yeah, I liked. The actors are great. I liked
Mhm.
every single one. Personally, I don't feel the same, but the Blue Ranger, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy was probably my favorite out of all of them. He just had the best. He had the most interesting character.
Yeah.
He had the most interesting character. The Red Ranger.
Hashtag Blue Ranger.
Hashtag Blue Ranger. The Red Ranger. Jason Scott. He's I could tell that he was meant to be like the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Like his character, the way he was, he did an excellent job.
His character was built that way.
The Pink Ranger I loved. The Red Ranger the Yellow Ranger I loved. I did not like the Black Ranger.
Yeah, that's weird.
I had some issues with
I
him
do too.
at the very
It's
at
weird.
that first act. I did not like him. I thought he
Yeah.
sucked. Like not the acting, but the character. I did not like what they're doing with that character.
I don't know why they did that with that character. I mean,
It's so again we'll talk more details about it, but I mean this the first act. I guess it's because we don't know anything about the characters, you know. It's almost like with in Batman versus Superman, we're throwing all these characters all at once and we're trying to get to know them all, and we just can't. So this story is a development. It's an origin story. It's a development between each character. So each character, we're trying to figure out each character, and we're trying to figure out, you know, what's going on, what makes each person tick, what makes each person happy. We're trying to figure out each character.
Yep.
That's what this movie's all about. And they do a good job as an origin story.
Mhm.
So, and they do a wonderful job. I absolutely loved it.
yeah.
So, again, from the second act and on, basically what happens in the second act is they realize we're badasses,
Yeah.
we're Power Rangers. You know, that's when they don't know they're Power Rangers yet, but they just know that they're badasses. Basically, after their huge accident they have,
Yeah.
not going to spoil that just yet, but the huge accident they have, and then they're like, after that moment, it's like, oh shit, like we're badass.
Yeah.
And then they figure out they go a certain place, they figure it out, and then from the third act on, it's just amazing. From then on, that's when the story really picks up to what it is. But the beginning of it felt like it was like again, you probably haven't seen it, but the Breakfast Club. It felt like it was a Breakfast Club. You have the jock football player, who's Jason Scott, like he's like that way in the original show, right?
No.
I don't think so,
No,
but he was I don't know, but so we got Jason Scott, who's like this big football player, star quarterback. He was going to get scouts and he was going to go probably play in the NFL. That's what they built up, you know, that he was going to play in professional or whatever. You got the Pink Ranger, who is a
those pretty girls.
cheerleader. Yeah, she's like one of those like cheerleader type of girls in high school, that kind of stereotype. You got the Yellow Ranger,
the lonerish,
the new girl, the lonerish, the ones who just wants to just not make connections with anyone, no problem. Then you got the Blue Ranger, who's very
the nerdy one,
and he's very like OCD, like he has to keep everything organized. He has to make sure everything's straight. He talks to himself. He was the most interesting character. I loved him. He was the best character. I loved him. So that's as far as characters. But with the Black Ranger, again, towards that second half or the second act and on, I start to feel for the Black Ranger and like him, you know?
Yeah.
So, and there's reasons why, and we'll discuss that in a bit. The Black Ranger is a very interesting character, but he messes up a lot. Like he's he's the bad nut. He's like the bad nut in the bunch, you know. He's the bad apple, I guess, in the bundle.
Yeah.
Not that he's like a bad guy, but he's just, you know, he keeps doing things out of line.
Yeah.
So Alpha 5, what'd you think of Alpha 5?
I mean, like, so I saw the what's it called? The
Trailer?
Not trailer, but like the what do they call it? Like the design before the movie came out.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway,
well, I saw pictures of him. I had mixed feelings, but then like it grew on me because you know it still looked like Alpha, but then they, you know how they're aliens.
Yeah.
And so you know it went on to that alien kind of robot thing.
Because the thing in the original one, he was just a full robot. Like he's stiff. He's stiff. He's not like in this one. He has like almost like a human body. You know. So I understand what you mean. So I had mixed feelings about that too, but do you know the robot? Have you seen Rogue One?
Rogue One.
Yeah, Star Wars Rogue One. No, you haven't seen that. Okay.
Sorry, Patrick.
That's all right. No, it's fine. There's a character in Star Wars Rogue One. His name's K2. He's the big robot. Some of you guys probably know that. He reminds me of him.
Oh yeah.
Which is a very good thing.
Is he that big black robot?
The black robot. He is a serious yet funny comical relief character, and that's what Alpha 5 was for me.
Yeah.
Now the look was kind of concerning me, true, but watching the movie and seeing how he is, that was like a good. That was Alpha 5.
Yeah.
Like
Bill Hader did a great job.
Yeah, he did. He did.
A great job.
Speaking of that, Cranston, Bill Cranston.
Yeah, he did.
So Zordon, right? Yeah, Zordon. Zordon was. I don't get to really know much about Zordon. We just know that he's trained the Power Rangers, and he has
a mentor.
Yeah, he's like a mentor. But then something gets revealed about him. Again, we'll talk about that in spoilers, but that was kind of surprising to me. But also at the same time, it made sense though that it was gonna happen. But so it was good. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty much it. So before we go to spoilers, let's do like a final verdict. So, like out of 10, what would you give this?
For me, just as a Power Ranger fan, and I do watch the Japanese versions.
Mm-hmm. So, before we get, I'm sorry. Let's talk about Rita real quick.
Rita, okay.
Okay, so Rita, you go first because I'm probably.
I mean, Rita, it's a good spin of what they did with it, because
right.
I mean,
Again, we'll get into that. I know what you're talking about. We'll get into that.
Rita was really good. Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
She did a great job. I mean, she's a great actor. She
was devious. She was evil.
She fit the role. She was born for that role.
See, the thing is that we didn't get much of her, but what we did get of her, I wanted more, and it was great. I mean, like if I'm gonna, let's say like it's the opposite of what Jared Leto did in Suicide Squad for me. Like Jared Leto did not have any impact on me in Suicide Squad. And he wasn't in that movie that much, so maybe if I got more of him. But in this movie, I got probably the same. You get probably the same amount of Rita in this movie. You don't get that much of her, but she is great. Like you said, she is awesome. She is a good villain. There's a little twist that kind of pissed me off. You know about it, but at the end credits, which we'll talk about, it kind of cooled down for me.
Yeah,
but Rita was great. You don't get to see much for her, but she was great. Okay, go ahead. Final verdict.
Final verdict. I did this as a Power Ranger fan and this is what they call in Japan, Super Sentai fan.
Right.
It was a good movie because just me growing up watching it.
Right.
Till now, I still do watch it. It goes away from that like little. It's still cheesy and stuff.
Oh
but
yeah,
then, But then it's still like a PG-13
it's more it's more mature but it's got the cheesy points right but it's mature enough to
it's not like it's close to what the
it's
the
dark
TV show
it's
is.
darker
It's just darker
it's darker but it's again
it's not too dark
but it's cheesy and it's cool and it's awesome and there's a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of references in this movie that we'll talk about in spoilers. Out of 10
out of 10 for me I would give it like 8.5.
8.5?
8.5.
8.5? Okay. You know what? I did some thinking. See, I don't do halves when I do, but it's a hard choice for me because that first act just kind of dragged on and it sucked for me, and that kind of took away from it. But as soon as you get past that, it's an excellent film. Yeah. It goes like that. It starts off really slow and then it starts picking up like really quickly and it gets better and better and better and better and you get involved with these characters and then towards the end you're like give me more I love this. I gotta give it 8 out of 10. So I'm at the same range with you. I'm at pretty much the same range as you.
It's a great film.
I guess 8.5 but 8. I recommend it. You have to watch it in theaters. Again, get past that first part, and it's a spot-on movie. I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. It's a great movie.